Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. I am Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe, folks. You know you've got to. You are here live in person for AEW Revolution 2022. Quite the fucking card. Shitloads of matches. We're going to go through them all, predict them, and give our thoughts. And I am joined today by the former defending reigning Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion himself, Chicken.
The COVID King, your WrestleMania champion, 2 years running, looking for three. And with no Phil here, it's like I was just like I was waiting for the welcome one and all, and I was like, yeah, we're not gonna get that today, but that's okay. You got us. It's just as good, if not better.
I tried to fill in with the gravitas, and I'm like a week and a half into this fucking sore throat, scratchy, just
bro. I'm kicking mine quick. I was down for a day, and I was right back at it.
Yeah, you bounced right back. I have just been struggling here. I got super sick a couple weeks ago, had a good solid week there, feeling great, and then right back in the shitter. But I'm at least functional now. It's just I can't talk and I'm coughing constantly.
Yeah.
And we had the Dog and Chicken show Friday night. Obviously, check out Linktree, big bucking to check out the Dog and Chicken show. So we got whiskey drunk that night, and I drank a lot and hurt my voice from all the talking that night. Last night went to Dueling Pianos, drank more whiskey and sang along, so hurt my voice some more. And here I am today. So can't wait. This is gonna be a fun one, folks.
Yeah, should be fantastic.
Yeah. Oh God. Tony's body it's failed me for a long time, Justin. And you know what? Wrestling was a lot of the cause of that. So back in the day when
you can't blame wrestling on your height.
No, but I can blame your shitty wrestling on the fact that I am the world champion. Always will be. Can't take that away. Suck it, bitch. But neither of us have the belt right now of the RWP, and
the one that
he is not with us. He is not with us. And first, I want to apologize because, of course, the sickness was what I was leading in with. Why we did not get a Saudi Arabia house show in the desert review from the last one because everybody kind of got sick or got busy, and we didn't get to get a review out. But Phil did.
How many people are really just devastated about not having in-depth review of that particular show?
Let's be frank. It was not one of the better house shows from Saudi Arabia, but there was some okay moments, and I feel like
we needed to get like a 10-minute segment out of the Goldberg match alone. I mean, that's all anybody really cared about, right?
That was brutal. Like they opened the show in Saudi Arabia with Goldberg Reigns, if I'm not mistaken. I was sick when I watched it, and Goldberg ends up getting choked out, and I'm like, that kind of set the pace for the rest of the show. Not that I cared that he lost; it was just I didn't really want that to be the opener, and I didn't want to see it go that way. It was very disappointing. So if that was the match that they had planned at Mania 2 years ago, woof, fucking woof. And right now, I'm going to tell you here right now, folks, I'm expecting AEW Revolution to really set the bar pretty fucking high heading into WrestleMania season because this is a stacked.
This is a great card. Great card.
Full card. There's some real potential match of the year candidates on here. I'm really looking forward to a few of these. Some of these I could take or leave. But nonetheless, again, Phil is the champ. I actually do. Maybe I can probably pull this up. Phil did end up winning the belt, and I was going to go and do a review of it after the fact, several days after the fact. I was going to go solo, but then he ended up hijacking StreamYard from me for the night, so didn't get to do that either. So Phil's just kind of...
It was devastating for Goldberg to lose against Reigns. Dalton says, "Who's next?" Answer: Goldberg was next.
Goldberg was next. Yeah.
Acknowledge me.
Let me see if I can share this. Phil did come by to get his belt, so there was that. Let me see if
did he make a video about picking up his belt?
Well, that was it. I was gonna.
That's total Phil fashion.
It is. Can you hear it?
No. Well, no. Yeah, no. It's honestly, this is the best Phil we have. I can't hear it. It's fantastic. Like, this works. Why can't we
This
do this
works.
more often? Yeah, like we just
You can't hear him, so it works.
just to have videos of Phil and no audio to it, and we can just be like, he's like, yeah, Tony, you're one of the greatest champions of all time, but, you know, I wish I could live up to your standards or even chickens at this point, but, you know, with all that being said, I did happen to beat you guys one time by 1/2 of a point, so I get to take the belt off of Chicken for the first time in over a year, or I don't know how long it's been since I've had the title, because I just suck at this so bad. But a broken
Yeah, if you'll
clock
notice,
is right twice a day, and this is his broken clock moment.
I got a lot to say here. So there's the belt. He gets the handoff. He's talking shit. He sees it. He gives it a kiss. And then he keeps talking shit. And then he leaves. There you go. So hope everybody enjoyed that. Sorry you didn't get to see the whole thing. It is what it is. So,
That's fine.
oh,
I think we
oh,
got the essence of it.
I agree. I think that pretty much sums it up. Phil is the champ, and he's not going to be here with us to predict the card. We'll see if he shows up to hopefully relinquish the belt to whoever wins it between the two of us. Because I'm looking at his picks that he mailed in because he is a huge fan of mail-in votes.
Yep.
I'm a little surprised he picked the way he did on a few of them. It did not influence my picks whatsoever because I've had mine picked for days. There was only a couple that I was kind of flip-flopped on, and
I still have a couple that
yeah.
I could go either way on. Like yeah, I got some. There's like 4 matches that are like deadlock. Like
There's a couple that are really really close.
yeah.
Did I who you go between Lesnar and Reigns? I'm still kind of torn on that, but as it sits right, if I had to pick today, I would probably go Reigns, but that could change.
That could easily
Did
change.
I help Phil get his ridiculously complicated wireless computer mouse he got for Christmas? I think he's using it. I think he figured out how to plug it in. I hope.
The sorcery in his hands, like I can move things with my fingers without touching them. Oh
yeah, there's no wire. What the hell? I don't understand how this works. All right, so without further ado, let's get into AEW Revolution. We're gonna start at the bottom of the card and try to work our way up, folks. This one's kind of a late to the game edition, and it's not probably the match that they wanted to do because they wanted to do the full actual Death Triangle versus this full complete House of Black stable. So, stepping in for Ray Phoenix, you got Eric Redbeard, one of the fan favorites from the old Wyatt family. He's still a very intimidating visual person. He'll match up against. I can't even think of the tall dude's name in this fucking group. I really don't know who he is, but I love Buddy Murphy and I do like Malachi Black. Pac is a fucking monster, and I'll be honest, I've never been a huge fan of Pentagon, so there are some factors of this match I could just give a fuck less about. This is a throwaway for me.
Yep.
There's going to be some interesting stuff. It'll be exciting in a couple spots, but if you saw Dynamite a couple weeks ago, you know what you're going to get out of this match.
And this is on the buy-in, right?
Yeah, this will probably be the opening match of the buy-in.
I got House of Black on this. I'm not that invested in it, so whatever.
Yeah, I do too. If this, because they just added Buddy Murphy, okay? They just got him here. He's there. Now they're going to officially have a match. It'd be stupid to bring him in, put him in the stable, and have them lose the match. And Eric Redbeard is not going to be there next week. So he could eat the pin even.
I was just going to say, he's the perfect one to eat the pin. Yeah.
Yeah. So we've all got House of Black on this. You, me, and Phil all have House of Black. So no surprises there. If you saw Dynamite, and you saw the House of Black versus Pac and Penta. Oh, what a shit show. Some people praise that thing as an amazing match. It was a struggle to get through it. I'll be honest. It was just a car crash of just nonsense. Wasn't for me. Wasn't for me, dog. So, moving up the card, also on the buy-in, we have this one, believe it or not, could be really good, mostly because of Layla Hirsch. Layla Hirsch is actually, she's a little fun-sized, but damn, she can work. And Statlander has a lot of potential. I've always thought she does, but she's got this hump she's got to get over, honestly, in the ring. And they're getting away from this ridiculously stupid alien gimmick. Thank fucking
Yeah.
God.
I don't know,
I've
Tony.
never.
That's what draws me in every week.
Oh God. I'm sorry. I saw her. I'm like, okay, she's got a look. She's got some presence. And then she started doing the ET nose boop.
Yeah.
And they said she's from fucking outer space. And I'm like, okay,
Like
now I
the
don't give
first
a
couple
shit.
times I was like, oh, this is kind of one of those like silly things. Okay, whatever. They're like, to get the real young kids in. And but it was just so badly done. I was like, at
Yeah,
first it was kind of funny, and then it was like it was embarrassing funny, and now it's just sad funny.
it is. And at least they've got her in there with somebody who can really, really work, who can carry
Yeah.
her to her full potential here. So I think this is actually going to be a decent match. I'm actually looking forward to it, but I would love to pick Layla Hirsch because I think she's the stronger of the two. But I've got Chris Statlander.
Yeah, as much as I want to call Layla legit, she's not yet. It's Chris is taking this one.
Yeah, and I don't know what the plans are as far as Statlander goes. I really don't know because I feel like they want to get her into a higher, maybe into a TBS championship kind of scene. So that's kind of what I'm
Maybe.
expecting for her to get this win to kind of build her up and maybe give her a big win on a pay-per-view, even if it is the pre-show, to
Sure.
try to build her up towards Jade Cargill because stylistically it's not going to be a great matchup, but size-wise they do pair up fairly well. So I think that's kind of what they're building up to here. But even then, this could be good. Hoping it'll be good, but don't get your hopes up. That's why this is on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Moving up the card, last one on the pre-show, one I actually am looking forward to. I'm hoping I can watch
Tell
this
me.
one actually.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so obviously this is actually going to be a fun one to watch, but everybody knows we're just going to watch Hook beat the shit out of Marshall. Like,
Yeah,
is,
this is not going to be
why is your
a
pick
good.
Hook? Yeah, like
Yeah, it's Hook. It's all Hook
it's
because
like-
this guy. I'll be honest. I have not seen much from Hook besides the highlights because I typically don't get to watch Rampage because I just don't have the fucking time. It's a
right.
bad spot on Friday nights, and then by the time I get around to watching it, it's already time to watch Dynamite again. So I have
Yeah,
not
with
gotten to
with
watch.
both of them, it's really hard to squeeze the time in with all of the like. I love what they're
Yeah,
doing with some of these shows, but it's like I like I'm an adult. I got shit to do. I don't have time. So
exactly.
usually, yeah, I'm doing the same thing. It's like watching highlight videos on YouTube and shit like that of like, hey, give me a 10-minute
Yeah,
rundown of what happened in that
yeah.
hour. Like,
And on Rampage, you're going to get typically one good match, and the rest is going to be kind of dog shit.
yeah.
If we're going to be completely frank. So Hook has been the bright spot on Rampage, and
Yep.
he's really he debuted, and he's got all of his father's tenacity. He's got that Taz fuck the world. I'm going to beat the shit out of every opponent they put in front of me. I love that. There's a star here if they treat him right, and so far they've booked him very, very well. QT Marshall as the opponent. Okay, why not? He's a vet. He's gonna make Hook look like $1,000,000.
Yeah, we'll
But
put him over. It'll be nice.
yeah, QT's not gonna get a lot of offense in here, and this is all Hook. And it's actually gonna be fun to watch him choke out QT.
Yeah.
That's it. That is it, folks. So that's your pre-show buy-in. Let's talk about the TBS Championship. Open challenge. Jade Cargill, the champ, and Ty Conte answering the challenge. Who you got in this one?
This to me, this is one of the most locked in. Jade's retaining. This is
Agreed.
yeah.
If they take the belt off of her at this point, then it was basically for nothing because
It'd been a
she
huge
looks
waste of
like
time. Yeah.
$1,000,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's killing it
And
right
Ty
now.
Conti's a fan favorite. Don't get me wrong, and I think she's one of those people they'd really like to put in a women's world championship scene here in a while. I don't know if she's quite ready for that, and this would be a good stepping stone to that, but I don't know that she's ready for this belt. So yeah, I think this is a lock, like you said. I've got Jade to retain. Phil's also got Jade to retain. So far, we are all squared up. No diversity here in our picks whatsoever. This honestly, if you're looking for one that's going to have some botches, this could be the one. Jade is still pretty fucking green. She looks
She's what
imposing as hell.
23 or 24-0 or
Yeah.
something like that. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fun one to watch, and I mean she's a physical specimen, and
Oh yeah.
for somebody, if it's legit, she's only had 20 some pro wrestling matches. Like, now granted, there's a lot of practice that comes along with
Sure.
outside of those, but yeah, she's doing extremely well. But yeah, you're right, there's still going to be botches, there's still going to be timing
Yeah.
issues. You're going to have
Yeah.
some of that.
For being thrown into the limelight and
Yeah.
having a belt put on you, given the circumstances, she's doing pretty well with the spotlight, considering she does not have much experience. So she's doing about as well as can be expected. I mean, granted, she looks like $1,000,000. There is a
Yep.
star there, so I like the booking so far. Keep the belt on her for a while yet, for sure, until you've got someone you really, really like and need to elevate up the card. Ty Conte doesn't necessarily need it just yet. So yeah, this is a Jade retain all day. Next up, one I don't give a fuck about. I'm sorry. I know there's guys in this match that people love, but I don't care.
So
This is going to be another
this is a
Tornado
torn.
Trios match.
So anybody can be in the ring at any given time is kind of
Yeah,
how I'm
it's
seeing this.
just
So this is
chaos.
going to be a shit show.
It's chaos. And on the last 2 weeks on Dynamite, there's been two different tag team battle royals. 2 weeks in a row. And now this is going to be six guys just
Yeah.
flopping
Since
around.
Sting's in there, this isn't that far off. I think the Iron Sheik will win. Like,
Oh my god. I remember the fucking WrestleMania 17 gimmick battle royal where the gobbledygooker and Sergeant Slaughter and Jim Cornette are all in there. And Phil's like, well, who's going to win this one? I'm like, the Iron Sheik, because he literally can't go over the top rope because his knee will explode.
Yep.
His knee will explode. And guess what? The fucking Sheik won the goddamn thing.
That's
so,
awesome.
yeah, this is kind of Sting's still in pretty good shape for his age. He's going to do some stuff. They're going to make him look like a Terminator in this. These guys are going to bounce off of him like ping pong balls, but he's not going to be doing most of the heavy lifting. It's going to be Guevara and it's going to be Darby taking the big spots.
Yep.
But in the end, Team Sting is going to win this because they have to.
Yep, Team Sting will win this, and then you got Hardy's brother coming here pretty soon. So interesting to see what they do with Matt in this one. If there's a little breakaway, so he can. I'm sure we're going to see the Hardy brother tag team running for titles soon. So
yeah, we're going to talk about that when we get done with the predictions because there is some news going on, especially in AEW right now. That actually, I'm looking forward to the show, and I'm looking forward to the future with AEW. Now, granted, they tend to piss me off with some of the booking, and they tend to really just put people out on TV that aren't really ready for TV, but they go out there and they do it anyway. And a lot of it doesn't make sense. But once you wade through the bullshit, you get some really fucking great wrestling out of this company. And hey, Guevara and Darby are two of my absolute favorites in this company right now. So that's reason enough for me to watch this. I love both of those guys. So yeah, Team Sting's getting this. Matt Hardy really does. If he continues with this stable that he's got right now, don't expect him to win another match anytime soon. Like that's just his place on the fucking show right now.
Yep.
Moving along. I know this is gonna be Phil's favorite fucking match. He hates Eddie Kingston. Like I don't know why. Like I have a theory, but I'll save it. Eddie Kingston, one of the best promos in the business. Just amazing mic skills. He is a little unorthodox in the ring, and you're putting him in there against Chris Jericho. Now, Chris Jericho is a vet. Chris Jericho has, in the last couple months, actually gotten into pretty decent shape considering where he was about a year and a half ago. This could be a pretty good match for Kingston. I don't know. This could go a couple of ways. What do you feel on this?
Did these two have anything on what was the last show that they were on? Was there promo cuts on there? They do like one of those
2 weeks ago they had the face-to-face with the guards, security guards out there. They had a really good promo. And then this last week on Dynamite, Jericho just had a filmed segment in the back for about a minute, and that was it.
Okay.
So yeah, they didn't do anything on the go home.
I'm trying to remember if there was anything big and exciting, and yeah, so yeah, there's no go home math to play with here. So
No.
is Jericho going to put Eddie over?
Yeah, pretty much.
But Eddie, I don't understand this necessarily because isn't like Eddie like the third wheel on this whole like whatever the fuck he's got going on? Like he's not even the main the main attraction right now.
Well,
Like,
they have bounced Eddie Kingston around from stable to stable to partner to part. He started out, doing one thing, and the next week he's with some
yeah,
other guys. Then he tried to steal people away from another group. Then he was trying to break up Penta and Phoenix. Then he was a babyface again with Moxley. Then Moxley went away, and he's just kind of been bouncing around doing not much. Now he's trying to steal Santana and Ortiz away from the inner circle from Jericho. There's no consistency to Eddie Kingston's booking. He just kind of fills in where they need somebody who can cut an amazing promo.
yeah. Okay, so for all, yeah, over and under when Tom Brady
Gronk beat him
mixes,
to it, Dalton.
he's still gonna do it eventually.
Oh yeah, why not?
He'll get a big payday. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Jericho laughs at him. Jericho wins this
Really?
one. Yeah, yeah. For everything you just said, I just don't. Why would you put Eddie Kingston over on this? Like, I know Jericho will do it if asked and if he thinks it's the right thing, but I don't. Like. There's nothing that drives into this that makes any sense of why would you put him over? Like, what's he gonna do with it?
Yeah, this is a one-off match. Like, this isn't going to be a storyline that continues.
That's why I
here,
got
so.
Jericho.
That makes perfect sense. But I'm trying to look at this. Like, Jericho has let people beat him who shouldn't. Like, he jobbed to Orange Cassidy twice.
Right.
Because Orange Cassidy was the hot thing amongst the fans at the time. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. And it was the line he said, "I am the big thing in AEW. I might not be the champ, but I'm the big fish, and you've never been able to win the big one." So I feel like Jericho set the promo up in a way that makes him look so much more important when he eats the loss. And that's kind of what I'm banking on. And I'm only going to pick Kingston because Kingston did have to lose to Punk in the last pay-per-view. So they're trying to keep him relevant, but they're trying to keep him look like he's strong enough to be put into whatever promo they can. So I'm going to go with Kingston, but honestly, a Jericho win here would not surprise me.
Yeah, this is one of the ones that I was least confident about.
Yeah, this one could go. I'm like 60-40 on this one.
Yeah,
I've
kind of
got
where
Kingston.
I'm at, just in the other way.
Phil's also got Kingston on this one.
All
so
right, cool. So there's a separator for at least me and you and Phil.
I don't know. For this one, I think it's going to go down to the wire. Kingston gets the win, and I'm more interested to see the aftermath of the match because I don't know that these two are going to gel very well. This could be kind of a snoozer, honestly, if I'm going to be frank. So I'm more interested to see the aftermath, what they do with Santana and Ortiz in the inner circle. I think it's time to end the group, personally. I think they're trying to turn Jericho heel, and he may be trying to sneak off for a while to do some tours. But every time you think that, the fucker sticks around. So I literally
they're pumping him up on
here.
social media as like being all ripped and cut again, because he was flabby and fatty, for the last year, and now all of a sudden he's all cut and like supposedly looks great. I guess we'll see what that actually looks like. But when they push Jericho to be like this cut and super fit guy, it makes me think that like they're gonna push Jericho hard now. So
Dalton, I don't know what blows my mind more, Chris Jericho being 51 or finding out he's a damn Canadian.
Yeah.
He is one of the last real living practicing wrestling guys out there that were still from the Stampede territory days. So yeah, he's kind of a old guard Canadian, trained with Stu Hart in the dungeon. It's kind of amazing he's still going.
Oh my
and
God.
yeah,
that's an old-fashioned sentence right there.
I know. I just dated myself older than I actually am. That's the sad part. So yeah, I don't know. This could be a 2-star snooze fest. It could be a surprise, but I think Kingston.
Okay.
We're gonna go next to this clusterfuck ladder match. Oh God, this is gonna be. Oh God, I don't know what this is gonna be. So you've got the winner of this ladder match gets a shot at the TNT title. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Keith Lee versus Wardlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs. I could stop there.
Because that's really what it's going to be.
Well, 3 big monster behemoth men that should never be climbing ladders in a ladder match. Thank God they added guys who can. Ricky Starks, Orange Cassidy, Ethan Page, or Chris Cage. I do believe it's Christian Cage. I believe he got the win over Ethan Page. So, this is a 6-way ladder match. Holy shit. Ugh.
Keith Lee should win it, but he's not going to. It's going to be Wardlow.
Really? You're going Wardlow. All right. I want to, because they are pushing Wardlow to the moon, and it's
Exactly.
perfect. The way they are booking Wardlow is absolutely beautiful. The
Th-
crowd
This,
loves
this,
him.
these ladder matches like this, so you get the three smaller guys that are going to fall off the ladder several times and do crazy jumps, and they're going to make this match as exciting as possible. The three powerhouse guys are really the ones that we're trying to like, but none of them are going to take a pin. That's what's great about these matches is Keith Lee
True.
doesn't have to win, and he still can look like a bad motherfucker. Like,
That is the nice thing about these car crash
yeah.
matches.
So
Nobody's
like
laying
when
down for
Keith Lee's
anybody.
supposed to win this one, that's why he's not going to, because he'll be fine after this is over and he can still get a title shot whenever the fuck he wants. So like you can inject him into any scenario moving forward without him getting a win here.
I'll give you that. You know, your logic's actually pretty good there because Wardlow does deserve it. He's been there the longest, and they finally have pushed him the right way, and they've maintained it. The crowd's behind him. He's winning quickly, decisively, and he's stuck with a heel group that he doesn't want to be with. But I think that's what's going to cost him. I think Sean Spears is going to show up to quote unquote help, and he's going to end up fucking him over by accident or on purpose. I don't know. And eventually Keith Lee's somehow going to move his nimble body up the ladder. You know, actually, the guy's agile as fuck for his size. It's insane. I can't wait to see him on top of the ladder because he's going to do something. And we've seen Keith Lee in NXT do these types of matches, so it's kind of perfect. It's going to be kind of a throwback to that. I really like Starks. I think Starks is going to be really good in this. I do like Hobbs. I do like Wardlow. Christian, he's been in some absolute fucking wars of ladder matches. So the addition of him does definitely make this interesting. And Orange Cassidy is Orange Cassidy. I'll leave it at that. This could actually be one of the better clusterfuck car crash ladder matches. I'm actually looking forward to this one, and I'm going with the Keith Lee. I think they've got to do it. I think they're going to maintain his popularity here, mostly because I think Keith Lee versus Sammy Guevara for the TNT title will be a really, really good match. I think stylistically, those two match up really well. Wardlow and Guevara wouldn't be bad.
No,
just
it
not
would.
the right time.
Okay.
Phil also has Keith Lee riding my coattails.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so now I have a chance on either this one or the Jericho. If I miss one of those two, I gain it back.
I am surprised.
On the
there's
other.
There's a lot more discrepancy here than I thought we were going to have. So, God, I want to care about this one more than I do. Wow. Jeremy Kunert says, I agree with Keith Lee. There you go. There you go. You have it. Jeremy's got it. The AEW World Tag Team Championship three-way match. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks. And I want to know, I wish I knew going in what way they're going to do this. Are they going to have two guys in the ring? Or are they going to have three guys in the ring at a time?
And how many times are we not going to know who the legal man is?
The whole fucking match. The whole match. The only guys that might
Tony
care
fucking
about
hates these so much.
God, it drives me nuts so fucking much. There are rules, okay, folks? And if you're not going to follow them, just don't even have tag team titles. Jesus Christ. The only guys that might actually care about the rules are the guys that came up through NXT and really solidified tag team wrestling on the other show. And that's Red Dragon when they were the Undisputed Era, folks. These guys are really fantastic tag team wrestlers. Jungle Boy's a singles wrestler with a fucking lot of baggage and a 6-foot dinosaur. And the Young Bucks don't give a fuck about legality in the ring. And it's just, they are what they are. They're not my favorite, but, you know, they're consistent. I will say that. I'm hoping for a triple threat match where they tag in and out, where there's three people in. That's how this is supposed to work. WWE started doing that because it's the only thing that makes sense. And I think that'll actually make this match better. So I'm hoping and praying that they go that route. Because if it's only two guys, then you've still got four guys outside of the ring just standing there doing nothing until the whole match falls apart and chaos ensues. So I think that will actually determine who ends up getting the win here. But Phil, I'll say first, is going with the champs to retain, Jurassic Express.
I'm gonna be right in line with that. I don't think they're going to be the long-term champs by any means, but I don't think they know what it's either they've just decided where they're going with tag team champs, or they're still trying to figure that piece out. But yeah, they're like these guys are kind of the like in between champs until we get a real storyline going. And the storyline's not moving yet, so they're going to retain just for story's sake. There's not enough movement anywhere, and I think again, still thinking we're waiting for Hardy's. There's a lot of potential to have really good tag team competition later on down the road. So I think we hold firm and they retain.
They're placeholder champs, 100%.
Yep.
It was the injury to Ray Phoenix that got the belts off of the Lucha Bros in the first place, right? We didn't know at the time, but it was. And Ray Phoenix would be out for a while, so they pulled the belts off to put on Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. And I like Jungle Boy. I think he's got a lot of potential, but yeah, not a huge Luchasaurus fan. He's very slow, and you've seen one match, you've seen them all. So yeah, they're placeholders. And I think this is a way to save face to protect them being the placeholder by making it a triple threat. Because I don't think the Young Bucks are going to win. I think Red Dragon's going to win this. I think they've got enough momentum. I do. I think this is my surprise pick. Like I was thinking retain here, but I think they're going to go with the fresh face team. That's actually very legitimately a solid tag team and has been for a long time. But they're fresh to the company. But everybody knows who they are.
Never mind. I'm not going to talk you out of that pick. Okay, go ahead.
No, I really do, because I think what this will set up is Red Dragon got that tag team battle royal win to get him into this match. Then on the go home show, they helped the Bucks get into this match, got them back on their good side. So I think what you're going to see towards the end of this is the Young Bucks thinking that they're setting them up to help the Young Bucks win back the gold. And then they're going to swerve him again, knock him out of the ring, whatever. Red Dragon's going to steal the win, and this sets up a one-on-one match between them and the Young Bucks, and eventually you'll get to see the Young Bucks and probably Hangman Adam Page as faces versus Red Dragon Adam Cole. Undisputed Era versus the Elite. That's what they're building towards. That's what's going to happen, and I think you're going to see it with Red Dragon as the champs.
Okay.
Boom. I went there. Jungle Men. Dragons will get scared. Oh, that's good shit. All right. Moving up the card, we have got next. I hope this is good. AEW Women's World Championship champ Britt Baker, DMD versus Thunder Rosa. This was my runner-up women's match of the year last year in their Lights Out match.
Yep.
I don't know that they'll be able to repeat the same amount of magic in just a standard match. Now, granted, they've fought each other a bunch of times, but on the go home, they just seemed out of place when they interacted with each other in the tag team match. They weren't really in step. They weren't in sync. I'm like, oh no, maybe they're a little rusty. Maybe they don't quite have that chemistry that they did before. I hope I'm wrong, because I really want to see another clash between these two. So this one I think could go either way. I was a little hesitant on my pick on this one.
What do you got?
Phil is going with Britt Baker to retain.
Okay.
Originally, I picked Thunder Rosa. Then I watched the go home. Thunder Rosa got the win, pinned Baker flat. I'm like, oh shit, well, Baker's going to retain now. Now, I'm going with Thunder Rosa. I think this is the time. I think this is the time where they're going to pull the belt off of Britt Baker just to keep it a little bit fresh. Give her something to chase back to. I think Rosa's going to have a short reign, but she's been consistent enough and good enough in the ring. It's time to reward her for the work that she's done here. Give her at least one short title reign. I think that's what they're going to do here. It'll be meaningful enough, and eventually they're going to put the belt, I hope, back on Britt Baker. She works so well as the champ, but I think Rosa's finally going to get the win here.
No, that's surprising. That you're actually going to go with. I had I had the exact same like thought process. The go home math tells you to go with Britt Baker, but it was a clean pin, and it's just like there's just something about this match that you're like, why wouldn't you give it to Thunder? Like
Yeah.
why? Like you can do it and shock a lot of people. But then I'm like, Britt Baker's such a huge talent. She, can you have her eat a pin twice to the same person and still chase back? I don't know if you can do that. I for that reason I'm sticking with Britt Baker. She's a huge star. Why would you take it off of her? Like and
I agree.
have her get pinned twice. Now the only way it happens is if she doesn't get pinned and there's some chicanery or something
Yeah.
happens to make her still look good. But then it's not that great if Thunder Rosa wins it. And so it for all
Yes.
like after I just ran through all that after I don't see why you take it off Britt Baker. It doesn't make sense to me.
No, that's just right. Like the go home math, like you said, like after pinning her clean, you should not beat her twice in a row. But they don't, I don't know. They either pay way too much attention to the details when it goes towards building up the pay per view match, or they ignore them completely. And I think this is one of those instances where they ignored what they should have done on the go home, and
Right.
that's make Baker look strong. You're right. All the signs point to Baker retaining. And I was ready to make that pick, but I went back to my original thought process, and I think this is the time. If you're
I'm
gonna
feeling
do
pretty
it,
good about this. I got a pretty damn good shot at getting it back tonight. This is great.
I think this is. I went out on a
I
limb
love
with
your
two of
last two
these.
picks, Tony. I really do.
I bet you do. I'm going out on a limb mostly because I got to do something here. I think they surprise me once in a while. They try to keep it fresh. They try not to keep it as cookie cutter as WWE shit. And
Yeah.
I think you gotta mix it up. There's gonna be a title change of some sort. Okay, it's not gonna be the TBS title. So
No.
that leaves the women's title and the tag titles. So if there's gonna be a title change, it's gonna be in one of those two matches. Has to be.
We'll see.
This one, this is a coin flip for me.
Yep.
This is a fucking coin flip for me. I hate picking this match. John Moxley versus Bryan Danielson because I don't know where the fuck they're going with this.
I'll put the
I don't
pressure
know.
on you. I'm going Mox.
You're going Mox. Oh man. Okay. So Phil also picked Mox.
You're right. I have no idea where this is going, and but it's a good thing because there's a lot you can do. Either way, who wins this one doesn't matter. I mean, there's so many different ways you can run the storylines from here on out. You can make this a long-standing feud. You could just move them both into something else. Like, so who really cares who wins? Because this is one. I think this is gonna be a great match. I think it'll be really fun to watch. But yeah, it's a coin flip, like you said. I'm going Mox.
Yeah, I saw it was funny earlier before I came downstairs. I pulled up too sweet. I looked up something and on my news feed it popped up updated betting odd for Moxley versus Danielson, and Danielson was like a very very short favorite, and the odds for Moxley dead even. Holy shit!
Wow.
So like even Vegas doesn't like picking this one. So the storyline here is Danielson called Mox out to align with him. Did it for a couple weeks, and he's still playing heel. Moxley's still clearly babyface. And he's like, look, I'm not going to team up with you until I've fought you. And the last time I fought you, when we first met up, I didn't beat you, and I never beat you after that. Now that we're both in AEW, I need another crack at beating you. After that, sure, then we can talk about teaming up. So that's really the question. Who wins this match determines if that's where they're actually going to go with this thing.
Right.
If Moxley wins this match, you got to assume it's going to piss Danielson off, and they're not going to team up, and they can do a rematch. Or flip side of that, they do team up. Danielson wins. Moxley goes, well, shit, you still got the better of me. I got a lot to learn. I'm going to team up with you. There's so many ways I could go with this. They can just go their separate ways completely.
That's exactly why I want Mox to win this one. That is probably more of a gut pick than anything, is because I think that's where. Why wouldn't you have these two feuded out? Like, have Mox win clean and piss off Bryan Danielson. No matter who's the face or the heel, if those are your headlines, who gives a shit? It's gold. Why? Like, just run with it. Let's build this.
I'm torn here because honestly, I can make an argument for both. If you give Moxley the win here, he needs it. He's still over with the crowd, but he does need a good singles win like this.
Yeah.
Flip side of that, Danielson just ate his last two big matches were AEW World Title matches. The first one was a draw. The second one, he ate the loss clean. I think that's the determining factor.
But
Danielson's got to stay
Danielson
strong.
he can put other people over still. Like it's yeah, I get it. There's concern if he's taking the
You can't keep beating this
fall.
guy.
Yeah, if you take the fall too many times, then yeah. But if you use that to build a story, yeah.
I don't think they're going to pull the trigger on teaming these guys up. I really don't. I
No,
think
I
that
don't
was a
either.
smokescreen. I think they're probably going to end up having a rematch, and that's why I'm going with the 2021 Wrestler of the Year from the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast in Bryan Danielson. He's going to beat Moxley here, and eventually they'll get the rematch, and Mox will get the win back. So tonight is Danielson's night. I'm going with it.
Could go either way.
Fuck
You
it.
might be right.
Yeah, this is a fucking coin toss for me. It really is. But I'm going with Danielson. All right, holy shit, fight me. This is going to be the feud of the year, and that will be a category at the year-end awards this time because this feud has created the category. CM Punk versus MJF. This is legitimately the greatest wrestling feud I have seen since I really got back into it several years ago when I came back to WWE. And my God, this is perfect. This has been absolutely perfect. Like, it was good. It was good leading up to their first match. Like, really, really damn good. But since MJF beat him twice in Chicago on the same match, this thing went into even a further gear that I didn't know was possible. Holy shit. When Punk came out, sat down in the ring with the box, cut a great fucking promo, pulled out the dog collar. Holy shit. That was amazing. MJF comes out speechless. Didn't have shit to say. Next week, MJF comes out disheveled, not looking himself, just emotional, completely out of character, cuts a heartfelt, you felt it. You know everything he said was legitimate. What he said was the truth. What he said he actually felt at one time. And Punk comes out, was that true? And he just kind of nods and slinks off. And then next week, Punk comes out on the go home and just says, "Man, I feel like the bad guy now. I feel, am I the bad guy?" And all the shit that they've put each other through. He's like, "I'm trying to be the good guy." And he extends his hand, and MJF comes in with a big hug, and Punk's taken aback, but finally gives him the hug back. And MJF squarely kicks him straight in the fucking balls. This was amazing. Then the rest of the Pinnacle comes out and they bloody the ever-loving shit out of Punk, string him up over the ropes with the dog collar. This is how you build a fucking feud like this, okay? This is how you do a dog collar match. This is a blood feud that you can actually have this type of match for. It's not like when they did it with fucking with Brody Lee and Cody Rhodes. We're just going to do this match now because Cody saw it once in the fucking 80s and he wants to do it. This was actual build. This was perfection. And I loved their first match. I loved it. And I was so pissed it wasn't on pay-per-view because I didn't think there'd be a rematch. Thank God we're getting it here. It didn't need the stipulation, but the stipulation is so perfect for it. This is going to be fantastic. I am so excited to watch this. This could be a match of the year right here. It's already feud of the year for me. Who you like?
I gotta go with CM Punk to take this one.
Phil also has CM Punk, and for me, Jim Cornette said it the other day. The smartest thing they could do is make this a trilogy of matches. Give MJF the first win, give MJF the second win, and then the third one, give Punk the win. So that way you can still look strong, but MJF can say, "I got you the first two times." Scorecard.
Yeah,
But
I'm not confident in CM Punk win.
I'm not either.
I'm picking it. But yeah, I did see Cornette say that. I've seen a lot of people saying why, like, it doesn't have to end though. If CM Punk wins this feud doesn't have to end. And for that reason, that's why I lean more towards him. But I could see them putting MJF over on this one just to like fuel this even more.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I could see him doing a trilogy regardless of the winner here. You're right, but I think they're gonna. Sometimes they really do rush to the finish before they need to because the long-term storytelling
Yeah,
this has provided has been perfect. They don't need to rush to an end here, but I think they are, and I think they're really trying to get out of this and get into MJF Wardlow, and they shouldn't. They just shouldn't
no,
do that yet
take
because
your time.
so many reasons. So many reasons.
Get every drop out of this. This is
Get
gold.
every drop out of this, but savor that Wardlow match because A, MJF has to go over in that match, and B, Wardlow can't lose that match. So I don't know why they're rushing to that match
Yeah.
because it's a dead end. Neither way that one goes is the right way to do it. So don't fucking do it until you have to do it. So I'm afraid they're rushing to the end here, but I think it is Punk, and I think if they do a trilogy, they'll be like, "Ooh, who's gonna win the rubber match?" But it should have been MJF, MJF, CM Punk eventually. But if this is the end of it, yeah, Punk's got to look strong. Technically, he's already ate 2 losses from one match. So
Yep.
if we're gonna go with that math, it's still gonna be scorecard MJF, but Punk gets the win here tonight. Gonna be a fucking great match.
So are you picking MJF or are you picking
No, I'm
Punk?
I'm picking
You pick
Punk.
Punk? Okay.
I'm not super confident. Again, this is like a 60-40 pick for me, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Punk. We got Twitch coming in. Trickter Kid 95. You know any websites to stream the pay-per-view? I don't know that we can admit that on stream.
Well, I
There
would
is obviously
say you can go to AEW.com. I'm sure they'll give you instructions on the legal places to stream the show.
yeah,
Um,
Bleacher Report app. For sure, for sure.
yeah,
Other than that,
yeah.
maybe find us later. We can talk.
I have no
All
idea what
right,
you're
yes.
talking about. No.
No idea, no idea. Yeah. Punk MJF, this is gonna be fucking amazing. Really, really looking forward to it. But the main event, AEW World Championship. Oh, and just for funsies, I wanted to say I think the lead into the main event's probably gonna be that TBS title match with Jade Cargill. I think that'll be the lead in because I
Think
think
so?
that's gonna be kind of a
Could be.
squash. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a cool down match between like MJF Punk
To make
and
this one
Cole
more
Hangman.
exciting.
So yeah, they put that in there just to kind of cool the crowd down, give them a chance, and then get into another big. Yeah, I think that's how that'll go.
Could be.
And as far as opening the show, that one was tough. We're not adding that as a point tonight because we're not going to out of sheer determination or something
I
along those.
think we had a champ veto on that actually, but we
Oh
don't have
yeah,
to get
okay.
into that. There was a certain champ veto that happened today on
There was,
picks and points. So the
but I think
drama
they'll
behind the
open.
scenes, folks, has been deep
Yeah,
today.
yeah, deeper than some of the matches build. I think they'll open with that ladder match. What do you think?
I think it's going to be one of the one of the either the fucking tornado tag bullshit or the triple threat tag. I think it's going to be one of those chaos ones.
Ooh,
Um,
the Young Bucks, you know what? You might be on something there because the Young
yeah.
Bucks do like to kind of sometimes they'll
Open the
start the
show with
show.
something big and a lot
Yeah,
of
that way they steal the thunder from the rest of the show. That's
yeah.
good. That's a good pick too. All right. But regardless, this is the main event and this one's actually going to be good. All right, this is going to be a really good match. Forget forget all the nonsense that Cole was doing before this feud. I will reiterate one last time. Folks, Adam Cole has looked like a fucking joke of a competitor since he showed up in AEW. He showed up, big shock, surprise, immediately joined with the Young Bucks, and then Brian Danielson shows up 2 minutes later, and then after that, his biggest feud was Orange Cassidy, and the last match they had, Orange Cassidy won in a lights out unsanctioned match, so it didn't count on the record. But it was full of joke jobber guys. And eventually Cole eats the loss. Guess what? It may not be on the record, but that was the last thing he did before becoming the number one contender to the world title. Was losing to Orange Cassidy. He loses to Orange Cassidy, and now he's the number one contender. I don't care what mental gymnastics you've got to do. That makes no sense.
Right.
That's shitty booking, and he looks like a joke now, but he's the number one contender. It's fucking ridiculous. That said, his work building up this match has been pretty good. Now, granted, he's aligned with the Young Bucks' really, really bad humor amidst all this, But this match is going to be good. These guys have a history together. I believe Ring of Honor on the Indies. Like, these guys know each other. They've wrestled. This is going to be a good chemistry match. They're going to tear the house down. But I think we all know how this is going to go. Do we not?
Yeah. Hangman's hanging on. Yeah. Tell us what
Wrestling
you
is
really
fake
think.
and expletive, and you dumb fuck. Thanks, Joe Smith, the Dawn. Hey, everybody, just so you know, on YouTube, Joe Smith, the Dawn, just dropped a bombshell. Like, holy shit, wrestling is
We
fake.
had no clue.
Oh my God.
You just rocked our fucking world.
Like, my mind is blown. Holy shit.
I
I hope you, oh
I'm
my
logging off.
God.
I don't.
Yeah.
Oh, this is too heavy.
I give up on life.
I
I'm sure Joe Smith is so fucking just hardcore that he doesn't watch TV shows or movies because, damn it, those are fake too, and
yeah.
those aren't real because he only watches biographies. I'm sure that
Yeah,
are all true.
Michael Bay movies are real. Those
Thanks for your
explosions are
input.
totally fucking real. You know,
Yeah,
every
thanks for your input,
Die
Joe
Hard
Smith.
movie after the first one was totally plausible.
I always love these comments. God damn, people are great. They really are. People,
we love you, Joe Smith.
Vogue. You're the best, Joe. Yeah, now this is Hangman all day. And yes, Phil also has Hangman. There's no way. And Phil, I know he wanted to say it, but I'm going to steal it. Fuck it. Sorry. If the title belt is physically bigger than you, maybe you shouldn't be the champion, Adam Cole.
Yeah, it's kind of creepy.
He hasn't. I don't know what the deal is. Like, he just does
It
not.
just looks awkward. Yeah,
Like in NXT, he stacked up well. Like, he was in shape. He was cut. He comes here to the land of guys who are just physically smaller, and he does not look that fucking big. Like, Orange Cassidy looks more impressive than he does. Love you guys too. Thanks, Joe. Come back anytime. But no, that's what I mean. Like, this feud with Orange Cassidy. Orange Cassidy's not big, but he's kind of shredded. And stacked against Adam Cole, he looked like a monster compared to the guy.
Right.
So when you get in there and you have Hangman against Adam Cole, he just looks like a child. So I know that doesn't matter in wrestling because, as Joe pointed out, it's fake. Well,
Stop
predetermined is the
it.
preferred word, but no, I don't know. Adam Cole just needs to put a little bit more muscle back on. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm being nitpicky here, but again, the booking leading up to this match was not good for Cole. So I really don't see any reality where Paige drops the belt to Adam Cole. Granted,
No.
be pretty cool to see the Undisputed Era with all the fucking gold, with Red Dragon having tag belts, Cole having the fucking world title. That would be cool. Not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
No,
not this time. No.
So we all have Paige. For Cole.
We all have Paige.
Yeah, we've all got Paige. And again, I think where they go from here, this is going to be the Elite versus Undisputed Era. You know, that's what they want to do, and I don't think you need the world title to do that feud. Nope. So, no, this is going to be Hangman. I think they're really trying to build this guy up as a long-term champ. I don't know how long-term. We will see. He could lose it at the next one, depending on the guy they pick as the next number one contender. But yeah, Cole's not winning.
No.
Now,
for future streaming sources and inside information and background information, you should either join our Discord at Big Buck and then you can talk some trash and we can share some links if there is such a thing as a place to stream it.
Tricker Kid, if you're still here, there's a Linktree link here on the bottom, Big Buck and Linktree. Join our Discord. Maybe we can talk shop. Maybe there's something you might be interested in. So that is the predictions for the full card, and a lot of disparity here. There's going to be a new champ, I have a feeling, and if there is a tie, well, damn it, the champ will retain via tie. But I'm pretty much
in competition with the current champ through here. You had some wild ass picks in here that, like, I could see one or two of them maybe. I don't think they're all going. So I feel pretty good.
I'm hoping a couple of them way over, a couple of them not happening. So we will see. This is going to be a decent show, one way or another. Now, you alluded to this earlier. Jeff Hardy gone from WWE. We knew that, and he kind of lets it slip during an interview that he's coming to AEW at some point.
Yep.
Like, it's just not determined when. I think he could pretty much show up whenever. I don't know that I don't think he'll show up tonight, but probably soon. Probably soon after tonight. And if they do that,
He didn't
yeah,
have a no compete clause, did he?
no, because they just kind of
They just
they
let
gave
us
him the
it
option.
expire, didn't it?
Well, the entire thing was they thought he took a drug test of some sort, or he was acting strangely and he refused to take a drug test, or did no, he did take a drug test and they fucked up the results or something. It was
So
just a
he was
mess.
fine. Yeah, I remember. He was arguing. He's like, "I'm fine. They screwed up." He took another drug
Yeah, they
test
gave
and
him the
came back
choice of
clear.
rehab or be
Yeah.
fired, and he's like,
Yeah.
"No, fuck
He's
you.
like, "Fuck you. I
I'm
didn't do
clean."
anything wrong." Yeah.
Yeah. So no, and comes out he was right. He was fine. Like, they just fucked it up. So no, screw them. He's gone, and he's going to get a chance to actually finish his career, because it's coming down to an end. Same with Matt. And you're right. It has to come down to Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. I don't know how they'll get there, but eventually you're going to get there. Matt and Jeff Hardy, the original OG
Mhm.
team that the Young Bucks have emulated since the 90s.
Wouldn't it be fun
Matt
to
and Jeff Hardy.
watch them
It's
at the top of their game would have been fucking
yeah.
phenomenal. Now it's not going to be the
Yes.
same. Like
Yes, I
the
agree.
young
It's
bucks will
gonna
be
be
carrying them, but
it's gonna be yeah. I'm not a huge Matt Hardy fan, especially what he's doing right now, but just for the reason that these guys clearly were the inspiration for the Young Bucks. Once we finally get Matt and Jeff versus Matt and Nick, like, this will be a fantastic fucking match. I don't know that the belts will be on the line. I don't know that the Hardys ever win the tag belts in AEW. I think they should. Maybe a quick short run, just because Jesus,
it's
what a
having the
resume.
name. It's a good thing to
Yeah,
put as even as a co-main
exactly.
event or something. Just to you could
Yeah,
hype that up easily. You could sell a
agreed.
lot of
Like,
tickets doing that.
if you're trying to hype up the lineage of your belts, that's
Yeah,
a good name to put on your tag titles. If you ain't
exactly.
about the big buck and Discord life, you probably wipe your poopy booty from the back to the front. I agree.
Yeah.
Just science there. So yeah, I am excited to see that. Other debuts that could potentially happen that we've teased every fucking month since his release over a year ago. Bray Wyatt's coming to AEW. No, I don't. He's not coming to AEW
Yeah.
tonight. I don't see Bray Wyatt showing
That's
up
probably
anytime
the
soon.
least likely person to
Yeah,
show up.
I agree. If he ends up coming to AEW, I really think he just needs to take the Dark Order and either scrap the whole fucking thing at this point, because I can't stand watching the Dark Order come out, and revamp them as the actual nasty cult evil fucks that they once were. Jesus, I'm tired of this happy-go-lucky Dark Order shit. Drop the gimmick if you want to have them be a fucking frat house. It's stupid.
Yeah.
No, I don't see that happening. Cesaro, he's gone from WWE. That one surprised me, but regardless, I don't know that he shows up to AEW per se, because he does have a bit of a feud with like Eddie Kingston and maybe a couple other guys. He could be one of the holdouts for Ring of Honor, and that's what I'm sticking with as a prediction,
Oh
because
yeah.
holy shit, big news. Tony Khan buys Ring of Honor, he announces on Dynamite this week.
Well, it was like some stupid small amount too, wasn't it? It was like 30
Well,
million.
yeah, you're basically you're just buying the tape library. And the reason that they're buying the tape library was mostly specifically
You can
for
put on
the
people's
all
records and
well,
like
you can now show that footage
yep.
exactly, but more importantly, AEW started under the Ring of Honor banner with the All In show. The impetus for AEW as a company was started in Ring of Honor. Cody, Omega, and the Bucks kind of coincided with Ring of Honor to build the show up, and they promoted it and they put it together as two separate entities, but they did it under Ring of Honor. So Ring of Honor owned the rights to that first All In show before AEW launched. Now they own Ring of Honor. So really the true lineage of AEW is now in-house again. So yeah, they've not only acquired most of the talent that was kind of hanging around in Ring of Honor before it really shut its doors, now they own the tape library and they can start Ring of Honor up as an actual show. This isn't like when Vince bought WCW. Mind you, this is an independent promotion. It's pretty small fries, but it's an extensive 20-year tape library. It's a very, very important independent promotion to a lot of people still to this day. And if they're going to do anything with it, it's not going to be like Vince just buying it to throw a couple of belts around, have a 1 year storyline, and then close the thing and forget it ever fucking existed, other than what you
Right.
see on the network. I think Tony Khan's legitimately going to try to operate this thing. Now, I don't know how well that's going to work. I mean, they've already got their hands pretty full. They've got 2 YouTube shows. They've got Dynamite and they've got Rampage, both, on network TV. So that would be a lot. My suggestion, Jesus, forget about AEW Rampage. Turn that into the Ring of Honor show. Just make Friday night 1-hour Ring of Honor show. Good to go. Then you've still got 2 AEW YouTube shows. That's plenty of fucking TV a week for AEW to get shit over. Because now that we're weeding out some of the people that have contracts that don't need to be retained, and you're still bringing in better talent now, yeah, we're good. If you're going to do Ring of Honor, put it on Fridays or do a co-show. But if you're going to do it, if you're going to try to operate the 2 companies as separate entities, do it like that. Do not do a Raw and SmackDown fucking thing. I don't need to see weekly warfare between the brands. I don't need to see interaction because we all know it's under the same umbrella. If you're going to do it, at least make it feel real that they're 2 different companies, because if you operate them as 2 different companies, then they are 2 different companies. I want to watch 2 different shows and feel like I'm watching 2 different shows. So I hope Tony Khan takes that idea and runs with it if they're going to actually operate this thing. Now, granted, I'm sure if they do, it's probably going to take a while to get it up and running again, but they've got a fast track to most of the talent, and there are some real potential big-time matches. I'm mostly looking forward to FTR versus the Briscoes if they can make that happen, but yeah, this is big news. I'm excited about it. I'm glad WWE didn't get their hands on Ring of Honor because it would have just been another thing you can't find on the Peacock.
It was fucking cheap.
Yeah, super cheap. Mostly just a tape library at this point, but hopefully Tony Khan has some plans for it. I hope Cain Velasquez gets out of prison, goes straight into pro wrestling to take over Lesnar's role. You are about 2 years too late, Dalton.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cain Velasquez actually did that.
Yep, that already happened.
Yeah. And it sucked.
Yeah. Did he wear a mask? I can't remember. Did he try to do the Lucha Libre
when
thing?
He debuted in, was it Lucha Underground or AAA? I can't remember.
Yeah,
he wore a mask the first match he had.
Yeah,
I thought he did. AAA.
Yeah, and he wasn't very good.
He was doing hurricanranas and shit. I'm like, dude, you're a heavyweight, a legitimate heavyweight. No.
Stop this madness.
So, yeah.
Like, you're going to kill yourself or somebody.
Well, yeah, both probably. God, that's a big dude doing a hurricane.
Yeah, that's scary.
Last thing. Holy shit. People are backtracking on this one. I said it the day it came out. Folks, Cody Rhodes was never released from AEW. Okay? I said it that day. You can go back and watch the fucking video, all right?
Everybody fell for this. Everybody fell for
work. Such a fucking work. Such a work. And I said that. I put that video up fucking 2 hours later. No, you don't know shit, dog. Yeah, whatever. What's everybody saying now? Everybody's fucking backtracking. It's a goddamn work. Guess what? It has to do with the Ring of Honor acquisition. That's what people are thinking now. Cody's coming back, but not to AEW. Winky face, smile face. He's coming back to Ring of Honor. That's what they're thinking. So he's not going to WWE. He was never going to WWE. Those talks, maybe he had a couple of phone calls just to fuck with them. Maybe to fool Dave Meltzer and all the fucking dirt sheet writers. But it went deep. The fans were fooled hook, line, and sinker. I'm like, oh my God, K-Fab truly is still alive. And this went as far as Dave Meltzer, who they probably paid off to say this shit, to fucking even Jim Cornette and Brian Last are talking about it like, well, obviously, we predicted that Cody'd be the first one gone from them. Like, holy shit. They're taking oh wow. That got me. When they went down with it, when they bought it, I'm like, oh shit, maybe I am wrong. Maybe I will be wrong on this. Will Cody show up tonight?
I don't
think
know.
He will. I don't think he will.
I think it's a big enough show. You don't need him there. Exactly. And I don't even think he would get a pop if he did.
No, he's not going to get a pop. Oh, no.
So
if he shows
what's
up,
the point of him showing up then?
Exactly. I don't think he's going to show up. I think they're going to play this out for as long as they can, but people are starting to see through it finally.
Keep the mystique going a little bit longer because they're still doing I saw somebody had actually it was one of the British ones did British YouTube channels, but they were like, Cody Rhodes is still signed in as a slot for WrestleMania. I'm like, no, he's not. Shut up.
Oh.
It's like, you're
Yeah.
not going to see
Oh
Cody
God.
Rhodes at WrestleMania, but these people are holding on to it. Like, no, we wanted to make our story true.
No, Cody's coming to WrestleMania. He's going to fight Triple H. Well, no, Triple H can't physically ever wrestle again. Oh, we meant he's going to wrestle AJ Styles. No, he's not. Well, I mean, we meant Edge. No, he's not going to wrestle.
Stone
Well,
Cold
Seth
Steve Austin.
Rollins. Yeah, no, so none of that's happening. None of that is happening. Cody Rhodes is not going to WrestleMania. He's not going to show up on the Raw after WrestleMania. He's going to show up back in AEW or on the Ring of Honor some way. That's how this is going to go. For real, then get Franklin Mir organization to take Lesnar's ankle in his role. He has a TV. Frank Mir has a punchable face, and that's why Brock Lesnar turned it into hamburger. Thank God. No, Cody Rhodes is going to show up tonight.
What did Lesnar say? Frank Mir had a horseshoe up his ass, so I pulled it out and beat him over the head with it.
Yep.
That was beautiful. That was one of the best UFC moments ever. Thanks, Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, and they say Brock Lesnar can't cut a promo. Motherfucker's doing some of the best promo work of his life right now as a cowboy. It's great.
It is great. Lesnar is great right now.
Oh God, I never thought I'd see him as a happy-go-lucky baby face, but it's working.
It's working big time.
Working. Yeah, and that's my thing. Going back originally, who you got between Lesnar and Reigns? Like, I don't know if he's going to be around after Mania. That's up in the air. That's up to him.
Well, and that's for both of them. Like, when's Reigns going to take a break?
Never until Hollywood calls.
Like, well, yeah, he wants a payday. Yeah, you know that for sure. But like, if Hollywood does call and he takes 6 months off to go do that, then Lesnar wins.
Well, if Jason Momoa, fizzles out as a celebrity actor, Roman Reigns will be right there to slip right back into that Aquaman role because they're basically interchangeable.
Yeah, Jason Momoa got back with his wife, so it looks like he's stable again. So maybe we're stuck with Reigns for a while. I know a lot about Jason Momoa because he's from the town I live in. So everybody here everybody here knows everything about Jason Momoa.
No shit.
Yeah, his mom still lives here. She was a teacher for like 20 years.
Yeah. Really? So you've got the inside track to all the Momoa news.
Oh, everybody in this town just is like, oh yeah, they got back together. Everything's fine. They're like, oh, thank God, they're such a cute couple. I'm like, what the fuck?
So how have you not like tried to line up an interview with this guy and called it Mimosas with Momoa?
Oh, it's in the works, brother.
Okay, all right, good. What do you think?
I gotta do it in the non-creepy fashion. It's not like I can just show up to his mom's house and be like, hey, I do a podcast.
Chicken ambush interview. Hey, big fucking morning.
I want your celebrity child to come over and drink with me, and I want to record it. I promise I'm not weird.
Yeah. I love that.
It'll go well, I swear. I don't want anything from anybody.
Dalton wants to be impregnated him by him. Hey, I get it. I get it. I'm still with Daddy Ryan Reynolds, but I can see where you're going with that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like Jason Momoa is like the great value Ryan Reynolds. Like he's still like he's just a different name brand. Like
yeah. Some people like Nabisco. I mean, others people like Keebler. Yeah. I get it. Yeah. There's not a wrong option, I guess. Still Ryan Reynolds though, but whatever. No, so when does Reigns lose? I don't know that we'll see Reigns lose for another year if he doesn't lose to Lesnar at Mania.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye on it close because I think that's the most likely is Lesnar at Mania. But it's all going to depend on like what's going on up until that moment, which it's coming quick. So we're gonna have to start paying more and more attention.
Well, they're still trying to talk up having Roman Reigns versus The Rock at the next year's Mania, and they talk about this every year.
Yeah.
So if they actually do line that up for next year's Mania, do you take the belt off of him now?
Right. I don't know.
I don't know. So yes, we do have. This is the last real big show before WrestleMania. So folks, this is going to be a good one. It's on tonight, 7 Central Standard Time. Buy-ins on at 6. This is a good one. This is going to be a good one. So make sure you're here to watch.
It'll be fun. Yeah, good card. I'll give a cheers to y'all as my mug says. Have a great day.
Yes, I am Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe. Make sure you are here with us after the show tonight to talk about the show, talk about the results, talk about the review, and most importantly, to make sure to see somebody crown the new champ. Because there's no way in hell that Phil KOE is going to come in, not do a review of the last show up here, not review the show with me, take the belt, leave, hijack the stream, not show up for the predictions, and then potentially not show
And then
up
use
for the
champ
review?
veto power on bullshit? Yeah.
The fuck is this? Yeah, what kind of horse shit is this? Phil, you better be here tonight to at least hand that belt over to the good guy. Tony fucking G. Lectures. Or chicken.
All right. Should I do the Phil closeout?
I wish to hell you would.
Okay. All that being said, thank you, folks, for tuning in. This has been Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. Predictions and preview of AEW. This is going to be a fun fucking show tonight. I look forward to it. You can find me on Twitter at Big Buckin. Or no, it's Bark and Cluck, isn't it?
Yes,
I can't remember my own Twitter handle. Isn't that fucking great? Yeah, at Bark and Cluck, all one word. Or you can check us out on everything else on the link tree down below. Join our Discord, subscribe to all of our channels, and we'll see you for all the fun, crazy content we throw out on various channels and various topics. Yeah, that's it. Appreciate y'all. Love you. Bye.
See you back here tonight, folks.
And see if it just smooths itself out.
Back, tell you what I'll do if I ever get back. I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive.